Each year in Australia, the equivalent of almost 70 million car tyres reach end of life. So what really happens to those tyres when you replace them?
You could be paying up to $50 a vehicle to have your tyres disposed of. That $50 is largely going to a rogue operator who's pocketing the dollars and dumping the tyres.
A lot of these rogue disposal networks look like reputable guys. They'll charge our retailer to dispose of the vehicle tyres, and then they'll dispose of them in an inappropriate way, which could be dumping on the side of the road, it could be burying them somewhere in a quarry, it could be a whole lot of things.
Putting Australia on a collision course with environmental crime.
What we do find is illegally dumped tyres on our creek beds, under bridges, in parklands, in national parks, and that's not good enough.
There's one particular bridge in and outer suburb of Melbourne where under the bridge there are literally thousands of tyres dumped, and it's not just once, it's multiple times and it's recurring.
Even so much as stolen trucks being used as a medium to collect tyres, only to be left behind full of tyres, and the drivers walked away with a pocket full of money.
We're not talking about hundreds of kilos here, we're talking tonnes and tonnes of tyres.
5,700 tonnes to be exact. That's 700,000 car tyres every year.
Unfortunately, it's at the expense of the ratepayer because it is expensive to pick up rubbish dump tyres.
Rogue operators rolling out scams that leave them rolling in cash and local councils swamped with clean-up call-outs.
We've seen all sorts. I mean, the one last week I was in mud up to my shins and then water above my knees and throwing them up out of a muddy ditch onto the road. And then we've had others where we've had to climb down a 45-degree embankment and rope them all together with a ratchet strap and drag them up with a crane.
You might need a safety harness to get to them, a winch, a lot of people to actually pull out tyres out of that. What's equally as bad as the unsafe access of those tyres is that they're not really usable for value-added processes anymore because they're dirty, they're full of soil, mud, grass. So the only place for them is usually a landfill, and that's a disgrace.
Josh Hayes collects from tyre retailers and takes council calls for cleanups by dirty dumpers. Today is a light day.
We've picked up dump tyres from here a number of times before, and then they seem to move around to the different spots, and if council puts up cameras then they might not use that spot for a bit and then go back.
The tyres are then brought to recycling plants like this one to go in with the tyres that have been properly collected directly from tyre retailers. Sometimes the dumped tyres are too contaminated to recycle, but if they aren't, they become a resource, not a liability.
Crumb rubber going into roads is a great market. We also have other markets such as gym flooring, permeable pavement, irrigation pipes, and even under rail.
TSA is calling for a federal mandatory scheme to mitigate illegal dumping.
A regulated scheme means that every tyre into this country is paying a levy to find a solution for it at the end of life. A regulated scheme means that retailers don't make the wrong decision on using a rogue operator.
As for where Australia currently sits on a global scale, it's deflating.
If Australia does nothing, we'll be left behind. We're seeing the rest of the world step up. New Zealand has a mandatory scheme for end-of-life tyres. North America and Canada in particular, there are mandatory stewardship schemes. They don't have illegally dumped tyre issues. Europe have extended producer responsibilities. They don't have the same problems we do. We need the federal government to step up and make the necessary changes.
It would mean every tyre retailer must be accredited with Tyre Stewardship Australia to ensure they're working with legitimate collectors and recyclers and not dabbling with dodgy dealers.
When illegal operators do get caught, the fine is literally a slap on the wrist. It's nothing in compared to the money they've made and the environmental damage they've done during the collection process.
Dumping tyres isn't just dirty, it's dangerous.
Dumped tyres are a source of fuel. If they catch on fire, not only do they burn hotter for longer, they're harder to put out, but they're usually dumped in areas surrounded by natural parks, which lends them to be the fuel to keep bushfires going for much longer and in a very unsafe, toxic manner.
A non-regulated system means people are getting double duped. They pay to have their tyres disposed of legally, and if they're not, they pay again through rates due to the price tag attached to a council clean-up.
If we do nothing, rogue operators will continue to operate and make money at the cost of our environment and the cost of our hip pocket.
TSA has been advocating for change since it was first established in 2014. Action has been far from fast, and that makes Lena Goodman furious.
We would have some of the best tyre recycling equipment in the world by far. We also have very passionate tyre retailers who are doing the right thing, and consumers and people who are paying to have their tyres disposed of.
If the federal government introduces a mandatory scheme, TSA believes Australia will become a world leader in waste management and eventually eradicate illegally dumped tyres.
Importantly, a well-structured regulated scheme supports advanced manufacturing and jobs, and then Australia becomes custodians of its own waste.
Culling rogue operators and cultivating a world-class recycling legacy.